Hi, and welcome to this episode of Just the Evidence. This particular one is going to cover three different locations, because between these three locations, we got only like one talking point and two pieces of evidence, one in each location. And they're all outside, so these three places have that in common as well. And those places are the Maple Hill Cemetery, the Columbia City Cemetery, and the Dead Children's Playground. So the first thing I want to bring up is the Dead Children's Playground. It probably gave the most compelling piece of evidence of the three. The Dead Children's Playground was a tough investigation. A, it was outdoors. B, it's a public space. And C, it was not the size we expected it to be. We expected there to be a little bit more there to it. It was really just a swing set and a slide. I guess there was also a little patio area, like a picnic area, but that was pretty much all there was to this place. So we set up our gear, we start filming, we bring out some of our new gear, which was a wind speed measuring device, and we decided to try out a couple of new cameras that were purchased and really just take some time to enjoy just kind of being in this space. We did put some balls on swings, we put audio recorders on swings, we put K2 meters on swings, and then we had a camera on the swings. We had cameras with us. Not 30 minutes in, family showed up and we had to take everything down and let the kid play, and then they left, and then we set everything back up, probably out there for about an hour, and then another family showed up, and then we had to take everything down. And it was actually, we kind of did this one more time, and we managed to get about 30 minutes on that break as well to just investigate and film for a little while, sit around, listen, try to make conversation with anything that was there. We had nothing on audio. Normally with outside locations, audio is one of the most difficult things to capture. Like, if it's not a blatant piece of audio evidence, it's like I'm talking to you right now, it's not going to come out clear, and it's damn near impossible to hear. So audio was just no good. We didn't really get any K2 hits. I did get one in Maple Hill Cemetery, but we'll talk about that in a bit. But one of the things that we did catch on camera is just one swing moving. One swing started swinging very lightly, very softly swinging. The wind was blowing about 0.2 miles per hour, 0.2, not 2 miles an hour, 0.2. Not enough to push a swing, certainly not enough to push the other five. It was just the kiddie swing on the middle left side, or I guess the middle right side, depending on your perspective. And this is that footage. So I'm going to show it to you right now. So, as you can see, it was just very lightly swinging. Again, we are outdoors. I can't say definitively that's paranormal. Like, I think it would be ludicrous to just say, oh yeah, that was a ghost swinging that swing. It wasn't like the swing slung through the air, like it was just kind of lightly moving. But it was moving, so like I'm not gonna absolutely discount it either. So I think that here the logical explanation should stand, but maybe I'm wrong, and it wouldn't be the first time. But that's why we do these episodes, to put the evidence forward to you, and you can kind of make those decisions on your own. The next piece of evidence is from the cemetery across the street, the Maple Hill Cemetery. So what's interesting about the cemetery is some folks who will investigate the dead children's playground and some of the folks who will investigate the cemetery often do go to the opposite when they're finished, and we just kind of did the same thing. So we go over to the cemetery, and my K2 meter immediately goes off at the entrance. And Bradley pointed out that across the street was a power station. So there you go. We couldn't trust our K2 meters. We had nothing on audio. Upon reviewing the video, Bradley's camera, and actually he was the only one with a camera because I was holding the K2 and the audio, so he was the only one with a camera. He caught a shadow as we were walking. So I'm going to let you take a look at that shadow, and then I'll kind of talk about it a little bit.
Could be a ghost dog. Right there. There's a ghost dog.
So the first thing I think of when I see that shadow is it's probably one of us. There were street lights across the street, as I recall. There were some over there near the power station, near the entrance. And then there were some just kind of surrounding the cemetery near houses. Because again, we are in the middle of a city of Huntsville, Alabama. So there were street lights. I will say to our eyes, it was dark enough to where shadows would not have been visible to us. Shadows just would not have been there. So for it to pop up on the IR, I would have to assume that the IR was simply so sensitive to the light around us, what little light there was, but sensitive enough to it to where our bodies did cast a shadow that the IR caught. And that's kind of the assumption I went with. Again, the reason we do these episodes is to put that toward you. It's you can judge for yourself what you think it is. So I decided to save the actual worst piece of evidence for last. This is more of an experience that the camera I guess the camera corroborated the experience. And it was kind of bizarre. So when Bradley and I investigate together, it's always during the summertime. The reason is he can get some vacation time, and I'm a teacher, so I'm on summer break. So investigating is pretty easy when you have like 8 weeks off. So I'm always coming down during the summer. The thing about the summer in the South, it's really freaking hot. There's a lot of bugs, and like the humidity, it's almost like swimming through the atmosphere as you're walking. So like it's not exactly the most comfortable situations. However, when you're at a cemetery at night, the nighttime does help. It's not as hot and sticky and muggy as it is during the day. But a lot more bugs come out. So we expected there to be a lot of bugs. We expected our cameras to capture a lot of bugs. We expected the sounds of insects in the woods, the sound of creatures in the woods, critters, not just bugs, but mammals and birds and what have you. Which is why we really don't have high expectations for audio in this place. Nevertheless, we are at, that's one of the three major sites at the cemetery. There's Bessie Kuntz's grave. There's an infant baby, one of the oldest graves in the cemetery, and Henry Dill. Those three places have I guess based on online reports, the most activity. So we decided to investigate this area, and as we're doing so, again, it's nighttime, I noticed that there are bugs everywhere except for around Bessie Kuntz's gravesite. Like her memorial, her grave. And I was like, okay, this is pretty weird. It was strangely a little bit cooler in that spot as well. We didn't have anything to measure temperature with. Honestly, we didn't think about it. Again, it's a hot July night. Like, it just wasn't. It wasn't something we really considered. Again, you live, you learn, you do better next time. But like, it was pretty strange that there were bugs everywhere except for around her grave. And we walked back and forth a few times, and there was, upon like reviewing the video, you could see 2, 3, 4 flying around, but not like it was everywhere else. As soon as you turn away from hers, you see bugs elsewhere. So I'm going to show you that footage, and we're going to end the episode on that. I don't think it's paranormal, but I do think it's interesting to talk about. It's an interesting conversation piece. Again, I'm going to end the episode on that, so thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, hit that bell, and sleep tight. All right, Bessie, got any orbs over here? Come on, Bessie. Got any orbs?
Bessie got orbs.
Okay, this is a little weird. There are no orbs here. Not one.
Really?
Let's go back over here.
So what is that she's looking? Oh, that's a bit strange.
We're over here mocking the orbs.
Maybe even the orbs are scared of the stigma behind being buried backwards. Yeah, they're all over there. I can see them.
Well, and I can feel them. Like, I have bugs on my
See them on
arm.
your screen. Let's go back to the coast. She ain't got orbs. It's weird.
And when we say orbs, we do mean bugs. Like, there are no bugs over here.
Not definitive on anything, but it is strange. You reckon bugs were scared of the stigma being buried backwards? Here's the door.